What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Star Wars Battlefront 3 and if the Battlefront Classics collection is the way that we get it. Now, this is kind of a narrative that I've started to see online. Like I've said, there's a lot of Battlefront YouTubers out there that I think do a really good job, and I've watched a couple of their videos, and I keep hearing it, right? Keep hearing about Battlefront 3, and I have said in the past I do think Battlefront 3 will one day happen. There's, I guess, maybe even somewhat new updates, at least from the EA, perspective of that, right? Here's the thing. I still believe that. I believe Battlefront 3 or a Battlefront game. Let's just say that because I don't know if you'll ever get what you would consider a 3. You might have like another reboot like EA did, right? But I do think there will be another Battlefront game going forward. Now, to start, is it going to be EA? Odds are extremely, extremely low considering what we have seen as of late. EA just, recently talking about the whole, hey, these licenses are very, very expensive, right? We've seen the talk that it seems like they're kind of done with them, whether it's Marvel, whether it's Star Wars. They're canceling some projects. We know of the, the Respawn first-person shooter. They're afraid of Star Wars games without lightsabers, so that's another thing. So, could they ever do it? Well, DICE would probably be the one to pick it up, as they've done, and I just don't see that happening. Now, could a Battlefront happen again in general? Yes, and honestly, could this get it started? I feel like there's some truth. Like, look, everybody's kind of saying it. Like, there has to kind of be something there. I agree. I honestly agree. I think, as I keep saying, I talked about this when we looked at the charts, right? Just listings on charts, that Battlefront's like, it's in the top 5, it's in the top 4, it's in the top 2, depending, I guess, on what you're looking at, right? I think it's going to do really well. I think it's going to get a lot of the people that were with the EA one, Battlefront 2, for a while, and that, when they shut down everything, I mean, they didn't shut down the servers or anything, but when they abandoned that game, they're left a void. There's a void there, and I think a lot of people are ready for something. Now, yes, this is a 20-plus-year-old, product here, but the point is, if it were to do well enough, could that, get somebody started? Now, like, the thing is, it's almost something that, like, you have to imagine other companies are watching, right? At least that's how I think about it, because Aspire, like, they're not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, they have their niche, they have what they're good at, and really what they've become kind of known for, as of late at least, is bringing out these Star Wars games. They've done Republic Commando in the past, they did Force Unleashed in the past, they've done this, so they are really good at taking old, and I'm sure there's actually more I'm probably forgetting, but they're good at taking old Star Wars games and just putting it out there with, maybe sometimes there's a little bit more improvements than other times, but they're good at whether it's porting or remastering or whatever the situation might be. They're pretty good at it. They are not good, as we've really, I guess, even heard behind the scenes, with the KOTOR remake and all that jazz. They're not going to be the ones to make a Battlefront 3, right? Or a Battlefront game in general. So the way I look at it, I do think the vast majority of people that are talking about it, how they're looking at it as well, it's an interest thing. It's, hey, some company, and whoever they have to, like, align with or, like, partner with, some company might see the success. And if this thing really can sell, say, a couple million units just like that, right? And I really think it can. I absolutely have been saying it for a while, right? I think a company out there could look at that and say, oh yeah, we forgot. Like, there's immense interest. And I mean, that's the base thing, right? Like, as we talked about actually with the EA stuff of ditching the licensing, there was the talk from a source that kind of works inside there, right? And I mean, you don't even need a source for this. The Battlefront games have outsold the recent Battlefield games. Like, it's no secret that Battlefront is a success right now. The first one was kind of like not full of content. The second one had its opening issues with loot boxes and stuff. So they've never, like, stuck the beginning landing, right? But they've figured it out. And honestly, with a product that was kind of flawed, both of them in their own unique way, they both still did insanely good. The IP maybe carried it a little bit, plus maybe the Battlefront name, right? So, like, it shouldn't be a shock. These games are popular. These games, even with problems, sell unbelievably well. Yes, there's the cut that they're going to have to take because you're using the license, and that's a lot of money that you're sacrificing just by doing. I get it. But also, like, you could still make money. And I think the hunger is still there, and I imagine the hunger is there from some developer out there that hopefully, will be given the chance. So I think it's possible. Honestly, everybody's saying it. I do think there's some truth to it. I think somebody out there could see hopefully the success of this. I mean, it's not out yet. We don't technically know. It could be a failure. I don't want to jinx it, but I really do think it's going to be a success. I think a lot of people are going to play it. I think it might be a reminder to any developer or publisher, big kind of corporate executive. Oh yeah, these games can sell 6, 7, 8, 9 million units easily. Yeah, you have to sacrifice a bit of money, but we can make quite a bit, from this. And again, it doesn't have to be EA at this point. I like I said, I don't think what you consider a Battlefront 3. Twice, we've been stopped from having it, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think you're going to end up just getting another Star Wars Battlefront game, and that's what it would be called, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.